Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Amy, and we're two. Wait, you can't see because two West End girls. We have two nut recipes for the holidays. These nut recipes can be used for a snack item or also for a topping for salads, for special fruit salads and things like that through the holidays. Very tasty treats. Crystal's going to be helping make candied walnuts, and I'm also going to be making cinnamon pecans, which are a lower carb alternative, a healthier way of eating. My recipe has 2 grams of carbs per serving.
And mine has 50 million.
50 million, yeah, we're going, because we have some sweets and sugar in that. In any case, Crystal's going to be mixing together ingredients to make the candied walnuts.
I've never done this before, so Amy's going to direct me.
Okay, so for this recipe, we're going to need 2 cups of walnuts.
Right here.
We need 2 cups of apple juice.
Right here.
We need 1/2 cup of honey, and you can get
honey.
local honey if you'd like. We've got it pre-measured out. We also need 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And if you don't have maple, you can use the pancake syrup and add a little bit of maple flavoring to it. Or the vanilla flavoring actually works okay. And also 1/4 cup of the dark molasses. Okay, so Crystal's going to mix all those into the apple juice first.
Just,
and then
what do you want me to do?
Swish it around.
Anything?
So drop your sauces in first.
Before these?
Yes.
Okay.
So put all the sauces
Okay, here goes the molasses.
1/4 cup molasses into the applesauce. Or apple juice, not applesauce.
Apple juice?
Apple juice! Apple juice. Apple juice. You need a smaller spoon, don't you? Do you?
I think this will get the majority of it.
Okay. When you're finished, if you want to set them on this plate, that would be fine. Don't move them out of the way.
Cool.
Okay, so there's the molasses.
Molasses, syrup.
Okay. And then honey.
Honey.
And all this gives these candied pecans a nice flavor. All this sweetness. Okay.
This is like sugar coma.
Would you like to whisk those together? I've got a whisk for Crystal.
Would you rather be whisking?
I think you might want to whisk them carefully. Just make sure they slosh around. Just set the spatula.
I'll just sit right there.
Okay. All right. So whisk those together, and it's going to be like a. You're going to mix up the syrups into the apple juice, and you get it nice and mixed up.
Oh, that's now it's already
kind of moving around.
You felt it. It's all blended now. You feel it.
I'll lift it up and show everyone if you would. You can make sure you can get a good view of that. And it's a nice dark looking sauce or syrup that we've created. Okay, after we have this mixed together, Crystal's going to pour in the 2 cups of walnuts. Okay, and then just gently stir those in together.
All right.
And we're going to put this mix in the microwave. So we put the candied walnuts in the microwave, and I've got them on high power. I'm going to try to get them to a rolling boil, so I'm using it. I started off for about 1.5 to 2 minute intervals, microwaving them until they start to boil, and then I want to try to boil them for about 3 to 5 minutes. And I would kind of put your power down on maybe 80 to 90% if you. So next, Crystal and I are going to be making the cinnamon candied or cinnamon pecans, the low carb recipe. For this, we're going to need 1 egg white. To this egg white, I've added 1.5 teaspoons of water. And as I said, this is George Stella's low carb living recipe. His Renee's candied cinnamon pecans. For this recipe, though, you add the water to the egg whites so that it helps to break down the sucralose or the Splenda, which is sucralose is a generic for, you hear the name brand of Splenda used. We're going to use sucralose. So we're going to put the egg whites into a mixing bowl. You should whisk those up so a little bit fluffy and frothy. She's just going to mix these egg whites until they get a little white and fluffy with a whisk. That's a pretty good start. So then to that, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're also going to add in 3/4 of a cup of sucralose. And you don't have to use Splenda, but you can. It's one of the brands that you can use. But add the sucralose sweetener. And you're going to mix that together to make like a little paste. Okay? Takes just a minute to get all that mixed up good. And I'll check on those candied walnuts while she's mixing that. And they're almost boiling. So I'm going to continue to microwave them. Okay? So Crystal's got this nice paste that she's mixed up from the Splenda, the cinnamon, the water, and the egg white. Once that's a nice little frothy paste, all you do is you can take that out. The whisk for just a second. Take the whisk out, drop the pecans in, and we'll get a little spoon. And we'll stir to coat. So just stir those nuts up to coat them with all that cinnamon sugar or the cinnamon sucralose mix, just to coat them all nice and neatly. And these are almost ready to go into the oven. Okay, and these are going to be toasted in the oven at 325 degrees for about 17 to 21 minutes, depending on your oven, the type of tray you use, and so forth. Now, so that they don't stick to the tray, you want to use parchment. Or if you don't have parchment, I'm going to show you a quick little alternative. If you do not have parchment, you can take a brown sandwich bag, just like this, open it up, cut along one of the long seams and cut the bottom off, and then open it up, and this will act like parchment. But we're going to do one more thing to it too, so that the nut mixture with the cinnamon doesn't stick to the tray. So I'm going to cut this, but this is a very suitable replacement for parchment, and it works well. I've used this for sugar cookies and baking other cookies when I run out of parchment, and it's a great inexpensive solution. Excuse me, Crystal, for pointing my scissors that way. So if you have a spray, vegetable spray or vegetable oil from the cans, they're perfect to use with this brown bag to make your quick substitute for parchment. So we've got that piece. Just take the bottom off, open this up. You may have to re-flatten on those seams, and get your tray. So we have a tray ready, and then you just take your vegetable spray, of course shake it really well, and match up your dot, of course, and spray and coat that brown bag. And also, I've noticed that the brown bag versus parchment, and we're going to sprinkle these cinnamon pecans there, but the flavor on the brown bag versus the parchment is actually a little bit richer. There's the kind of, it's a chemical reaction too from what comes up from the paper and the oil mixing with the nuts, and it helps to roast them really well. They have a nice rich flavor. So your parchment works really well too, and it's non-stick of course too, but you can also use the vegetable oil, spray oil on the brown bag. It works great. Spread them out nice and loose on the tray, and we'll go ahead and put these in the oven. Is that pretty tough, or do you think it's a pretty good recipe?
Well, it's pretty quick, pretty
and
easy.
The aroma and the smell that comes off of these from the stove with the candied walnuts is like fantastic. It's like,
I like these. These are a good, like Amy said, low carb thing. I like them, but they're not my favorite. I'm looking for the ones that's got all that sugar on them.
I love the sugar. But this,
now the timer's done. Fixing to get them out of the oven.
yeah, well, I think we had them in for about 18 minutes, 17 or 18 minutes, and they are lightly toasted, like a golden color that you see on them. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So we're going to set them out, let them cool. You want them to cool completely to room temperature. Let's check on these walnuts as well too while we're over here. They're getting a nice golden color on them too. I think we'll stir the walnuts before we officially declare them finished. But, so you want a nice golden color on your walnuts. That's what you want, and they'll be finished. You'll let them cool, of course, and you can store them in a wax paper container, or you can go ahead and feed them straight to your friends. Here are our cinnamon pecans. We'll let them cool off, and we'll put them either in a storage container. You want them in an airtight container to keep them crispy, or if you want to go ahead and immediately serve those for friends as a nice, like I said, appetizer. The cinnamon pecans make a really good snack, like I said, a low carb snack or a topping. Like I said, a garnish, of course, for the top of a salad. They're great with all kinds of fruit salads, and even garden salads too with lettuce are great. So when you take these candied walnuts out of the oven, something else that you want to do is add just a couple tablespoons of sugar to help glaze them. As they cool, it kind of helps the little caramel surface with the syrups to kind of let the sugar stick to that. It makes a beautiful candy nut. And here we have our finished glazed candied walnuts with a little sugar on top, and our low carb cinnamon pecans. And they're